From downtown Scranton, this is Northeast Current with John Baldino. WQPX invites you to join John and his guests as they explore public affairs, current events, and arts and culture in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Now, let's meet today's guests on Northeast Current.
Hi, I'm Cathy Rist Strauch, and welcome to Northeast Current. Today, we are going to Laugh to Live with Jeannine Luby, owner of Laugh to Live. Jeannine, tell me some more about yourself and about this special program you really want to talk about today that's happening April 6th.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me on, Cathy. I really appreciate it. I do own Laugh to Live, which is a business promoting laughter and humor because I believe we all certainly need a lot of it. And we're approaching a really good month. April is National Humor Month.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's time to celebrate.
April Fool's Day, let's go.
Exactly. I think the first day ushers in all of that levity and having fun with prankster jokes and, of course, safe ones. You don't want to do anything harmful.
Right.
Make anybody lose an eyebrow or an ear or anything like that. But, you know, I think, of course, especially with my business, that we should be laughing every day as much as we can. But April, it's nice to have an observance where there's a time dedicated to say, okay, it's National Humor Month. What can you do to actually bring it to people's attention that it's a good time to, you know, not just, I'm not saying walk around with a book of jokes, but maybe you could do that. Like get out of your comfort zone if you're someone who, or if you know someone who maybe doesn't have the best, shall we say, sense of humor.
Right.
Try to encourage them to look on the light side.
And to laugh at ourselves.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. You know, that's such an important part because I think, you know, we all can have a sense of humor. I know a lot of people will say, well, I'm just not funny. But it's not even being about funny. We can all appreciate something and laugh at it and find it funny. You know, we all have different tastes. One of the things that when I go out and I do conferences and I speak to different organizations, I always say that everyone has a different sense of what they find funny. I happen to be a big fan of Seinfeld. That's one of my favorite shows. I love it. It's, you know, I will watch it to this day. I never get sick of it. But
and I like Frasier.
Oh, and Frasier too. Right. And
Oh,
it's that
great
certain
stuff.
kind of comedy. I'm not a big fan of, you know, slapstick. And I do stand-up comedy. And when I go and I do my comedy, I would love it if every single person in the seat was cracking up equally. That is not the case.
No, you'll have smilers and things like that.
And you have
shaking
people,
their heads.
like they're politely maybe laughing because their friend is laughing. And, you know, and as we know, everyone finds different things funny. So it's not about, like, having to laugh at the same jokes, you know, if you, as long as the thing I like to encourage also with my business is healthy humor.
Right. Isn't there medical benefits about it?
Absolutely. And before we get to the medical benefits, the humor part again, I just wanted to say the healthy humor versus destructive or degrading humor. Right. Because there are people, and you may see them still floating around email jokes that are racist or sexist.
Yeah, not nice.
You know, I think it's really important that we take ourselves lightly, but I think we have to be careful not to tell jokes or humor that really makes someone else the butt of the joke.
Yeah. Now that's, that is opposed to, like, say, Don Rickles. He did it, but in a different way. It was more tongue-in-cheek and not really to be mean to people.
Right, right. And then there are probably people who think that he was mean, but that, I'll tell you what, it makes me respect him even more because he managed to build a career on that. And I think it can be a very explosive thing if you don't know what you're doing and you're just going out there, and there is a lot of mean humor out there. And so obviously I wouldn't encourage that, but I encourage people, even if it's just corny humor, just to get started laughing. You mentioned the medical benefits. That's another one of the main things that when I go out and I talk to groups or workplaces, why take humor seriously or laughter seriously? It's like people almost avoid it because they think that it makes them foolish. Oh, we can't laugh at the workplace, or oh, I don't want to be laughing too much. People are going to think I'm an idiot. But really, laughter, for years now, they've been doing research saying how wonderful it is for people. Norman Cousins is the author of a book called An Anatomy of an Illness as Perceived by the Patient. He was the editor of the Saturday Review back in like the 50s and 60s, and he wrote this book in the 60s. He had a very serious life-threatening disease, and he was the first person to be written about in medical journals because he watched Candid Camera episodes, he watched Marx Brothers movies, and he had such a serious condition that he was in really painful condition. When he watched movies for like 2 hours, they documented that he got 15 minutes of pain-free sleep.
Right.
Because, or I'm sorry, I reversed that. 15 minutes of laughter got him 2 hours of pain-free
that's
sleep.
it.
Yeah, I messed that up.
Yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, because
better.
laughing really heartily for that, even that minimal amount of time, 15 minutes, he was able to sleep for 2 hours without having to take his pain medicine. Because when he was laughing, one of the great benefits when we laugh is kind of like exercise. When we're walking or running, we have endorphins in our body.
Well, I should be a lot thinner then, because I laugh a lot, but boy.
Well, it only burns so many calories, but it helps with pain management. It does burn calories, though. I always tell people when I'm out doing a talk that 15 minutes of laughter will burn about 50 calories. So you're talking a Hershey Kiss.
A lot more.
You got to basically laugh so much that you're not even putting food in your mouth.
That's right.
That's the only way to not gain weight. But the benefits are great with laughter. They're, for the mind, the body, and the spirit. They help people with depression. They help you, and I'm sure you know when you're laughing, you can't be in a bad mood.
Right.
When you're laughing, you can't focus on anything negative. You can only focus on the positive when you're laughing. And, it burns calories, like we said. It's great for pain management. They're doing a lot of research with children who are burn victims from fires. They find that when they show them, like, funny cartoons, they don't feel their pain from their burns as much because there's things in the body, the endorphins kind of stop that. And it redirects their attention.
That's what I
They're
think.
laughing, they're having fun, they're not thinking about their pain. They're doing studies in Japan about diabetics, that it actually helps with the blood sugar level if you're watching a comedy after you eat. So the benefits are really great. And the whole idea, I think, behind National Humor Month is for us to say, hey, let's take ourselves not so seriously. God knows that there is enough in our day, in our week, in our life, in our world around us that is so heavy that we need. What would we do if we didn't have, the old saying, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, right? And I think, obviously tears can be very therapeutic and they can be healthy, but laughter is so much healthier and it's a bonding thing too. It brings us together, which is a great thing. So I think it's great that in Humor Month, even at the workplace, I wouldn't recommend people do this without their boss's approval, but it would be great to see employer groups allow a little bit of levity at the workplace, even if it's something as simple as on a billboard, or a bulletin board near a water cooler, to post some clean jokes, some comic strips that people find funny, or to start off a meeting with a joke if someone has a joke book, something of course that's appropriate, to get people laughing. And the other great thing, and I tell this to employers when I do presentations, that when you get your employees laughing, it does something in the brain, the chemicals, that it helps people to be more creative and really helps them to problem solve, which is good. So it's a good thing. You want people to be laughing, not obviously all day long, but a nice little humor break between the day, instead of like going out and having a cigarette, maybe just have a laugh break. That would be a great thing to do. I know when I work for myself now with my business, but I worked at Blue Cross for over 11 years, and I made sure that on my desk I had toys, because you can only look at your computer screen for so long, and then you need a break.
Obviously.
So, yeah,
the eyes too.
Yeah, you do, and health-wise, your eyes will be, So it's nice to take a little break. I used to have my little action figures. I'm a Van Gogh fan. I had a little Van Gogh. I had an Austin Powers action figure, and just silly stuff that made me laugh. Obviously, if I'm playing with them all day like a 5-year-old. My boss would have had a big problem with that. But, but to take a little break, and again, there is such great value in getting us creatively thinking and helping us to think about how to solve problems, because when you are stuck in a certain mindset, you need to open up with that, and laughter and creative thought are great for that. So that's, I think, is many wonderful reasons to celebrate Humor Month and to do something light and have fun with your friends, your family.
Yeah. Now, tell me more about what's happening April 6th at PJ's Pub.
Okay, at PJ's Pub in it's the Hilton. The Hilton in downtown Scranton. Right. It's a big place. It's easy to find. PJ's Pub, which is a really nice, cozy pub inside on the first floor.
So when you first walk in on the right, PJ's?
Yeah, as soon as you walk in, there's the lobby, and you step up a little bit. There's a great little cozy pub. They are letting us do a little fundraiser there on April 6th, which is a Friday. And I know if people look at their calendar, they'll see if they do celebrate religious holidays. It is Good Friday, so if people are going to church, maybe they can come out after, and if they're not going to church, then they should stop by. It's going to be from 7:30 to 9:30 at the pub. They're going to be offering some drink specials to keep it light on their wallets so that people can donate some money. I'm going to have some basket raffles, some 50-50. I'm going to be auctioning off, or not auctioning, raffling some nice, beautiful artwork. Local artist Jack Poole is donating some of his pieces, some of his work. He's very talented, beautiful pieces. And the money that we raise from the basket raffle and any donations that we get that night will go to the Humor Therapy Fund of the Scranton Area Foundation. And I worked with Jean Bavard at the Scranton Area Foundation in 2005 to set this fund up. And basically we've been building it little by little over the past 7 years so that it will be there to give out annual funds to local nonprofits, any 501c3.
Such as Actors Circle, which I know dearly.
Potentially, it could be, potentially. That's right. Any nonprofit, whether it's, helping people with mental health, physical health, working with children.
Laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Actors Circle helps people laugh.
Yeah, you guys, you do a lot of comedy, and that is the point of the fund. Any nonprofit could get the money. The criteria is that they need to use the money in a way that will help people to laugh through humor or just any kind of laughter. They can do clown therapy with children in hospitals. They could have a comedy night. They could, if they have a lobby where they have a DVD player, they could buy comedy films. Anything that helps to promote healing power of laughter and humor. That is what the fund is set up for.
Nice. So again, this is Jeannine Luby, and you do have a website.
I do, laughtolive.net. People can check that out.
So by all means visit it and check the YouTube. There's some funny things that she's doing on it. And if you go to her website, it points you to those spots.